Hello everyone, my name is LaRissa Walker, and I was asked by Brandy Rankins, what does surrendering the mask mean to me? Brandy Rankins, also known as Brandy Wine, is the author of the new book, Surrendering the Mask, 7 Steps to Power and Purpose During Pain. So what does surrendering the mask mean to me? To me it means finally allowing yourself to be yourself. Oftentimes we find ourselves in situations where we're trying to fit in, or, we're trying to adapt ourselves or change ourselves or cover things up or, portray things that aren't necessarily there. And, we've all been there. And one of the things that I've learned is, just be yourself. People, they like genuine people anyway. No one wants, a fake person. So I've learned, just be yourself. Surrender the mask, let go of all of, the facade and, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be, or this is what people think that I'm supposed to be, and I'm trying to, line up to that. Letting go of all of that, and instead, being who you are. Everyone was created differently. We're all unique, There are no two people who are the same. So allow yourself to be yourself. And, for me, personally, just, a little bit of my background and my testimony, I've always almost felt ashamed, I guess I would say, of my testimony. I would always believe that my testimony wasn't really a testimony, or, it's not like everyone else's, so it doesn't really count for anything, or nobody's gone through, what I've gone through, or nobody would understand, and I've always kind of put up a mask and said, oh, I don't have a testimony, there's nothing for me to share with you. Or, I would try to blend in with different groups or hang out with different people and allow them to believe certain things about me that were not necessarily true just because I wanted to fit in. And I've learned that, it's okay, it's okay to be yourself, so for me, I would always, say, okay, no one has to know who I really am. No one has to know how I really live. No one has to know what I really believe. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut about that. Instead, I'm going to hang out with these people. I'm going to, try to fit myself in with these people so that people believe that I'm like them, so that they say, oh, LaRissa's cool. She fits in, and I was always, for a while, especially middle school, high school, college, that's, where I was. Like, I am going to portray that I fit in just like everybody else. And I, at that time, didn't want to stand out, and so close to, the middle, end of college, I realized, what, it's okay for me to be myself, and there are other people who are going through or have gone through, or dealing with some of the pressures that I'm dealing with, so I've learned, don't hide those things, because everyone has a testimony, and testimony is meant to be shared, to be a blessing to other people, to help other people in their struggles, because they struggle just like you struggled, so it's not fair for you to withhold that information, the things that you've gone through and the things that you've learned. It's not fair for you to withhold those things. So for me, I am the type of person, I grew up in church, I, grew up living a godly lifestyle, and that never changed for me. So I've never had alcohol, I've never smoked anything, I've never had sex. Like, I've decided that I'm gonna live my life for God. But those things now in the society that we live in, people look at you like you're crazy and you're weird and you don't fit in, and so I would always try to hide those things. So finally I came to the place, I said, what, I'm surrendering the mask. I don't care, what other people say. I've not done these things, and I'm not ashamed of it. And not only that, I'm going to share my testimony, because there are people out there who live the same way. There are people out there who are now dealing with the struggles and the pressure that I've dealt with, in the past. And it would be wrong of me, not to share those things with them. It would be wrong of me not to share what I've learned, or to just for them to know that there is somebody out there who's dealing with the same thing. Everyone has different walks of life, everyone has different testimonies, but there's always going to be, out of the billions of people in this world, there's always going to be someone who can relate to you, and someone who just needs to hear where you came from. So I'd encourage you, surrender the mask, be yourself, don't hide your past, don't hide your present, just be who you are, and know that someone is going to be ministered to, or someone's going to, learn something from where you are, where you've been, so surrender the mask, stop trying to fit in with other people, stop trying to blend in, and realize, it's okay for me to be myself, and I'm not going to put up this mask or this wall and allow people to believe something about me that's not true. I'm going to allow everyone to see who I am, and there's nothing wrong with that. So once again, I encourage you, check out Brandy Rankin's new book, Surrendering the Mask, 7 Steps to Power and Purpose During the Pain. Thank you.